Yo, what's going on, guys? Can you hear me? Sweet. All right, my bad. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff right now. One of my servers just peaked 350 players. Hopefully, it goes more. Wish you luck. But we're gonna talk about basically what everyone voted on was how to get more reputation and how to build and just simple things like that. So we're gonna go over that, and that's pretty much it. I'll have a unmute session right after. Not much to go over. I'm also going to talk about someone here named Revs. He I'm gonna unmute him probably near the end, and or I can probably actually I'll unmute him right now and we'll talk about that. So let's see if he's here. Revs, you here, bro?
I am.
What's going on?
Not much.
Alright, so if you guys don't know who Revs is, Revs played on one of my servers probably 2 years ago, January 2016. It was called Hyperbian. Um, Basically, what had happened was, I don't know, some stupid things went down, and he downloaded my builds. He tried selling them on MC Market, and then later it came down, and I called him out on it. He deleted it, all that stuff, because I formed staff, and then he uploaded some things on MC Market, and I called him out again for all of it, and then I got him banned, and then the whole process went of him doing all the shady stuff, right? And when you do shady things, you have to get called out on it. You have to let that person know like what's going on, what's wrong with the picture, all that sort. And people defended him in the wrong sense, like talking about shady things. Why are you banned on MC Market? I'm banned on MC Market because I had a fallout with the staff and I called them out on all the scamming they were doing. And so I was sick of it. They removed all my reputation and all that, and I just sold my Discord account for 1 cent, and they banned me for that. So I'm not tripping too much off that, but it's whatever. Besides that, he went down this wrong road. He had a lot of people, some which consider themselves reputable, defend him and say like, "Oh no, he only did this and did that." And you guys have to understand that people are gonna lie, people are gonna say things and manipulate you just so you believe them, and you guys can't always believe people without proof. So make sure whenever someone says something, ask them for proof. Even me, if I don't supply you with proof, you don't have to believe me. Like just call out people on that stuff. Don't be very I want to say don't be annoying and don't be an instigator. Like don't go to people just to call them out. So Revs here has came to me, has apologized to me, he's renounced his ways, we've talked it out. Like he wasn't a bad guy in general, it was just the whole epidemic that happened and the little events that happened after that. And I wanted him to give his perspective on why he even did that, because a lot of you don't get the perspective of why people do it, and I think it's a really good thing to listen to. Even I want to hear it. I've never really listened to it.
I can talk now, Bess. So
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So I remember most of it, not all of it. So if I get any information wrong, I'm sorry. I've tendency to have really bad memory, but I remember I was hired under Vice as a builder when I used to build, and it was for a Hyperbian. I built him, I think, a hub and a skyblock spawn, and like a shop for the skyblock as well. And of course, I was rookie at this time. I finally got into the building and the whole business. I was almost kind of introduced to me, but it was not really as big as someone would. So as me as being a rookie, I didn't know like if I sold a build, I say built for Vice. I didn't know I could resell it on the MCM. I thought that was okay when I didn't know, and that was just to believe that hey, that was wrong. And so yeah, then he said he hit me up and just saying like he can't do that. So I did that, but after that I just made really dumb decisions, and there I knew it was just me being immature and not understanding pretty much how everything went on the side of pretty much quote unquote scamming. I've been scammed and before, like way more before after I discontinued or kind of like left contact or didn't get contact anymore with Vice, I knew I was growing as a builder when I was with Vice. I knew when I slew my quote unquote building, like after I was building with Vice, people recognized, hey, I'm building for Vice. He must be a great builder and great guy to vouch for. I knew once my career from there on went down because I went against Vice. And I'm not trying to say like I'm trying to like suck up. I mean, I am trying to suck up. It's not like I'm trying to go that deep into it of like pretty much being like a teacher's pet, trying to say. It just me trying to correct what I was doing wrong and so forth like that. And I knew if I wanted to finally have a successful server, like I did have successful servers, but they may have peaked 50 to 80 daily and got maybe $200 to $300 a week, but I always end up getting scammed because I didn't know how to finally put myself with the other owner and set a contract where if something went wrong between me and him, I could end up winning. I would have known if Vice was there to help me because I'm pretty sure he had these instances before and would be able to tell me next time you group with someone, do this and this. But I didn't have contact with between him and I because I did something bad towards him. I was saying the builds I built for him, and I was like, and people would come to me and I was saying like, you aren't a successful owner, you don't know what you're doing, and I was like, and I'm be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I honestly don't because I didn't have Vice to help me when I did something bad for him. Because I mean, it's understandable if I did something bad to you, it won't do anything good back to me greatly. You would just kind of ignore me because I did something bad to you. I lost your trust to have me not having to do it again, and that's mostly because why I wanted to recontact him because I knew if I wanted to have a one successful server, I could say this was my doing. I had help who actually guided me in the right direction to make it quote unquote a better server that I would want it to. And recently, I did purchase Hammer Kingdom's assets from Diz, and I wanted to bring it back because not only was an admin there, but I loved the branding and its name. I liked how everything was coming together, but obviously all the events happened. Then I need to know where can I get Hammer Kingdoms big and have it greatly where it's not just 50, 80 players and they leave the next day. I need to keep those, but I don't know how. So that's why I was like, well, who Vice is one of the most successful owners I previously have heard from. He had so many servers that went like at least 200, like Hyperbian and I don't know others I can name, but he's the only guy I would honestly know would go to say, "Hey, can you help that?" But so that's my story. I was just amateur and I wasn't aware of what I was doing was correct, and I just kind of did it without asking. And it's pretty much if you don't know what you're doing, just ask before you do your action because that may go to make you into like a corner you can't get out of. And that's where I was 2 years ago when I was with Vice. I put myself in a corner without actually confronting him and saying, is this against as me as being your employee, so to say?" So yeah, that's my story. I'm happy I'm back. Finally, hopefully, get something back together and hopefully get the server I always wanted to own. So I mean, that's all I have to say.
Who liked this story? Anyone like his story? There you go. There's people that like your story. I mean, it's understandable too. Like you get the part of the spectrum where like, yeah, it's not just that you're scamming because you want to scam or you're a crappy person. It's just you're going through some things too. I know some people that they've scammed because they've just lost so much recently, or the fact that they've failed so much recently that they have to scam to make whatever they lost back or to prove a point or just simple things. And sometimes we forget that and we think the person's really scummy, and that's not how it is. Like I remember I'm gonna like say this, the only time that I have ever scammed in my life, like even like a little bit, this is why I'm so against it, because it goes against my morals, it goes against my religion, all that, is I was like 9 years old, 9 or 10 years old, and I found these Marine Corps wristbands, whatever they were, and I went door to door selling them, saying, "These are for the Marine Corps donations," and I would give them a wristband and I would ask them to give me any amount. And I was literally in like second grade, and I went there And I like to this day I felt so bad. Like a couple like 2 years ago when I started actually making money, like I felt really bad about that. So I donated to a local like thing, and that's where like things started to pick off for me. And that's where you got to realize like if you do things right, things are gonna come back for you in the positive manner. So that's why everything I've been doing in a positive manner. So you guys should too. Just don't scam. That's the biggest thing I wanna. That's the biggest point I want to make is just don't scam. Like if you get to that point, just something will happen, something good will happen. You just have to wait on it. Am I precocious? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't even know what that word means. So good. You take precautions. Yeah, I'm very cautious when it comes to things, especially in this community, because believe it or not, very reputable people will scam too. There are people that are as reputable as me and they scam. You got big server owners like not the Arkham, but Arkham Network over there charging back on his manager and stuff. Like he's paying $3,000 for a manager, and then he'll charge you back the week after. Like that's not right. You want to bet on that? Go ask his
Oh,
manager, Jai.
yeah, I can actually vouch because one of my best friends. I've known him for like longer. I knew him for like 3 years. He was developing for Serene. He was developing for his Arcade Wars, I believe, and he was promised X amount. I think it was like 2,000 or something the first week. And he said, "Oh, I'm gonna have to drop down your payment because I have to pay the manager over here and stuff like that." And it's like, well, why would you do that and not tell me? When he paid him, like the day he paid him, he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I dropped your payment down by $1,000. So have fun." And he didn't inform. So Serene isn't that trustworthy, from what I've heard from FakeNet. He was also developer for Prime MC, so I can vouch on Serene as well, being a scammer.
Yeah, but besides the fact this ain't really a gossip session, and I want to actually go over the topic, which was how to growing your reputation, your quote unquote fame. Someone said how to become more like famous in this community so you can get more commissions and your business, that sort. I think the biggest thing I really did was I was good to people. Like I keep mentioning this to you guys over and over and over, but that's one of the biggest reasons that I grew so many friends was I went to others, and when I made deals with them, I would do them an extra on top of that deal. So if someone wanted something from me, I wouldn't just give them what they would wanted, I would give them an extra. So I remember there would be certain things where like someone would need help with their daddy, and back then, like a while back, it would be like maybe $25 to set up a daddy for everything, which is a lot more than it is now. Someone will do it for free for you now, but back then I would do those type of deals, and I throw in a bunch of other things. Like I throw in like, here, I'll make your website for you and that sort. Like I'll throw in a template with it, and they get really happy. And that's how you make friends, because if you do good by someone, they're going to do good by you back. And that's a really simple concept to take with you. All right, let me read some of these messages real quick. What kind of things as a freelancer developer do you need to protect yourself? So the same thing that goes with growing. Let me for a lot of the deals, I did ask for money up front. So a lot of you do that like 50% deal, a lot of you do 75%, or some of you do nothing up front. I never did that. I always took money up front just because people sometimes will give you 50% and then, it'll go live or you'll do whatever you need, you'll do the service, and when it comes down to it, you ask for the other 50%, they don't give it, or sometimes you give it to them and expect the 50% after and they just got it for half off. So that's something you need to be precautious about. Now, growing your reputation, how does he call yourself reputable? So when you can call yourself reputable, I consider that as you've been in the market long enough to where a lot of people know you for positive things. So yeah, MCM reputation, it's useless in the fact that there are people in there that have $1 to their name, have done maybe 3 deals, but have like 100 and something like positive reputation and no negative rep. And you have to look at those people and be like, hey, what are they doing to get that? And you'll realize like they're just messaging people to give me this positive rep. So don't go off of positive reps. Go off of, believe it or not, word of mouth, but ask for proof on the word of mouth too. Be like, what deal did they do? Give me proof for this deal, that sort. And a lot of it goes back. So focus on that. How do you recover from negative reputation? Honestly, most of the negative reps that I ever got was only like one or two, and it was because someone had a problem with me showing that they were a scammer, and they eventually got banned too. I'm pretty sure, but or there was one that said something like, "This person, what was it? This person is toxic. They banned me from their server," and this was on MCM. So it's like, why would you like post that on someone's profile? Like, how big of an idiot are you? So those are things that will get you less reputable because people will see how you're messaging others and they'll be like, damn, this nigga is straight retarded. So don't be messaging people like that. Like, you don't have to talk all uptight like I do sometimes. Like, I know when I don't like a person or when they're annoying me, I'll talk like super uptight in chat. I'll be like, grammar. I'll be talking like, oh, imbecile, all that stuff. But in reality, that's not how I talk. Like, I just talk like whatever. But if you're going on about like reputation, you want to grow your reputation, do a lot of deals. Like, it's not hard to do a deal with someone. If you think that growing reputation is hard, it's really not. Go down this list, right? Go down the MRC list, man, and literally ask like 10 people right off the bat from each like group. Be like, hey, do you need anything I need help with? Like, I won't mind if you guys go down the list, message people saying if they need help with anything, but reputation is all about the people around you. They're the ones that create the rep for you. It's basically what others think about you. So if you want to grow your reputation, do a lot more deals, make a lot more friends, and be a lot more social. So don't be sitting in your corner. Don't be thinking that you get a lot more reputable just by doing your own thing or, doing a project and thinking you're going to get all big from that, because that's not going to happen. Like, sure, you might get a server and sure it's going to hit like 300 players, but that's not for certain. So you don't want to just rely on that, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to sound confusing. Like, don't rely on making a project as big as you can and trying to get it hyped up, and that's how you get reputable, by making a successful project. Like, don't base it off that. Base it off doing people good. Base it off being social, making friends, doing a bunch of deals, that sort. That's the right way to do it. So you'll see you have my reputation, right? Let's put two together. So you have my reputation and you have the reputation of, man, give me another big person. Except Parker. Okay, I'm just gonna say Prime MC's owner, right? So Prime MC's owner, he's a pretty reputable guy just because of his owners or just because of his servers, but he's not reputable when it comes to deals. Like, he's on, was it the MC Builds Union list for a lot of bad things too. But you have to remember, half the spectrum for him is saying he's a good guy because he owns a big server or multiple big servers. So that's the spectrum that thinks he's a good guy. Then there's the other section that have met the people that he's screwed over, that have met the people that have like done deals with him and it's gone haywire. Like, that's the spectrum. You have to think two sides. So he's reputable, but for his big servers, he's not reputable on his deals. So you want to be reputable in both. Exactly. You can't determine people's reputations based on servers and success. I mean, if it was based off that, Steve Jobs would be one of the most reputable people in the world, and people don't like him just because the man was known for not donating like enough. Yeah, he's dead, so I don't want to talk too much bad about him. But you don't want to be that stingy guy. You want to be the philanthropist. So that's the easiest way you can grow a reputation, is just do good. You don't want to have a scamming reputation. I'm gonna give you guys a really good scamming reputation. This guy named Baja, right? Anyone know Baja?
I do. I actually worked with him. I can actually.
There you go.
Yeah, I
That
actually.
man.
Can I just say a thing real quick about
Good.
me with Baja? So before he actually was known for being a scammer as he is, I actually bought Hammer Kingdoms before. and working with him, ended up merging with him. I actually unmerged the second week after because I found out he always uses leaked plugins on his servers. He'll claim them as custom plugins, but if you go into the FTP, you'll see Strive missions or Strive this and that, or Liberty this and that, or Fatality this and that. And one of the quote unquote YouTubers that was a media owner, he actually came to me and said, "Don't deal with them because he offered this much." And he said, if he didn't do this and this as a YouTuber, he'll actually DDoS him or like dox him, and would not give him his pay. So sure, his servers look like it's big, but majority of the time he's botting it and spoofing it. He's nothing close to that. So that's why I left the second week after.
I mean, yeah. So there's just like the other spectrum. He's known for getting some good faction service, something like that, but he's also known for scamming a lot of people. So put that in the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
All right. I think the topic was a really simple one. Like there wasn't much to go over. It's just how to grow your reputation, how to grow your fame, your business, and even the business and your fame. It's the same exact thing. Like you have to do a bunch of deals, make a lot of friends, get socialized with people, and that's really it. So besides that, I'm just gonna take answers right now. So if you want to be unmuted, type in chat. Guest. I remember you guessed. I don't see you in here. At the top. There you go. Yo.
Hello, this is like the fourth time I speak to you. So that's pretty dope. I had a quick question I am kind of reputable on MC Market, but I just can't get enough permissions.
What do you mean permissions?
Like I tried making websites, I tried making plugins, and it always goes wrong. I tried managing.
But what do you mean by permissions? You said you can't get. Oh, commissions. My bad. I keep hearing permissions. No. Okay.
Sorry,
Okay. So Okay. So. For real, I thought you were saying permissions. I'm like, why is this guy saying permissions? Like, is he trying to be freaking staff on MCM or something? But
what
nah. Commissions is the same thing. Maybe you think you're reputable, but at the same time, maybe your business isn't reputable. So you as a person could have a very good reputation, like, hey, he's a good guy, he's not known for scamming, all that sort. But maybe your service isn't the best. Maybe what you're providing isn't quality, or maybe just the fact that it doesn't look nice. So some people provide quality things, but they don't make it look nice in the marketing aspect. So maybe like a thread design, or maybe a, I don't know, banner, whatever you're using to advertise yourself. Some things like that change the aspect of how many commissions you get.
Okay. And second question is, I am lazy. How can I fix that?
For real?
Everyone's lazy in the world.
I mean, it's like
How
this,
do you
right?
force yourself to stop being lazy?
I'm gonna quote something. So there's something called falling in love with the process. So that's something bodybuilders go by. That's something people who play in the NFL or like college level go by for football, American football. And falling in love with the process means you will trust that process up until the end, until it gets you to your goal. So if you're motivated, motivation is basically sitting there and doing something at the time when it feels right. So that's like, oh, don't base it off motivation too. So whenever someone says get motivated, that's just temporary. So if you want to be motivated, that's like a pre-workout right there for your workout. But what you want is drive. Drive is something that's in your soul. Drive is something that will keep you going no matter what. Drive is something that, for instance, if your Minecraft server is your drive, it's something that you want to be very successful at. You will literally stop at nothing to make it successful. You will grind day in, day night. like day to night, and you will literally like try to find every applicable solution to make your server a success. But motivation is basically coming on the weekends, coming on sometimes on your free time just to be good at it or just to make it a little bit better. So it's like if you have a server, right, and you're resetting it, motivation is coming on the weekend and resetting certain things when you feel like it and don't have homework or something like that. But drive is, okay, I'm going to get my homework done real quick so I can work on the server. That's what the difference between motivation and drive is.
Okay. Thank you very much, Vice, for your time.
No problem, man. Anyone else want to be muted? Hey, Gas, mute your mic, bro.
Sure.
G-Bit. All right, bro, don't let me down. What's up,
Damn,
G-Bit?
bro, let you down already, man.
What's going on?
I just want to say I love you.
Oh, for real? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. All right, who wants to be unmuted for real, like, and has a legit question? All right, here. What's up, Parker?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Okay, chill. So we were talking about last time when I said, how can I compete with Michael, right? Or 1AM Dev?
Yeah.
So over like the past 2 weeks, I've kind of like redone my branding, and I can show you. So I haven't built my new website yet, but I've gotten a new design. I just pasted it in chat. Is that be a bit?
Oh god, it's not loading.
What's happening? Should say like loading your experience or some shit. And then...
Front load, preloader. Yeah, it's taking a minute to load. I don't know if it's just my internet or what. It says 42%.
I mean, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Right. So
That's
if you
good?
use your arrow keys, yeah, if you use your arrow keys, you can go like to the next page. And it should like 2 of 10 or something like that.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
there
this
you can
is
like
a
go
lot
through
more
them.
modern. It's a lot better.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I also made a new thread design. I'll paste that in there as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
There you go.
I don't know if I can see it, you know. A nigga be banned on MC Market.
Oh, fair enough. Hold on.
No, I can see it. You're good.
Okay.
No, yeah, your service, your design is good. The gradient thing is kind of blurry, so I don't know if that's just me, but on your thread design, it seems like the text is like, instead of 1080 quality, it's like that 780, 720, whatever it is.
Okay.
So I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
look at
Maybe it's
that.
like I don't know if it's like the image host you're using. Maybe if you switch that up,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I will.
so something
Okay.
like that might make it better. You good, man?
Okay. Yeah, but overall, have I like? Is that like?
No, you've improved, yeah, for sure. Especially the way it looks. Like just the way you're presenting yourself is going to take or make people take you a lot more seriously. So they're like, okay, this guy's competition. This guy, like, I can come up to him. He's probably going to charge me a hefty amount or something like that, unless they look at your prices.
Okay, chill. Yeah. And I'm waiting to get a sticky thread. It like says cute or some shit. So.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, sticky thread should help you out a lot.
Okay, chill. Thank you.
No problem, man. Just mute your mic. There you go. All right, anyone else? Jay Herrick. What's up, Jay Herrick? Yo, you gotta unmute your mic, Jay Herrick. Light Nova, something like that.
Hello.
What's going on, man?
Guys, I have a question. How to start up a server with I like example your life is poor and this country is low like something like a poor like that.
Like a what?
I mean that you were
What's your
starting
main
as
language? What's your main language?
my main language is I Filipino, but I am practicing English I'm a bit too nervous.
Okay. Wait, what's your main
Uh,
language again? My bad.
like this, I will chat in the.
Oh wait, are
the
you
call.
Indian or what?
No, no, I am Filipino.
Filipino. You speak
Yes,
Tagalog or something? Tagalog?
yes.
I would say, I'll speak it too, but I can't. So,
See, see it in
um,
the chat. See in the chat.
yeah, for sure. Okay, so he said, what was your question again? My bad. I'm wondering how much. Oh my god. You want to know how to make a server on a budget? Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay, so I did have an MRC talk prior to this about that, how you can spend as least amount or the least amount of money as you can for a server. What type of server is it?
Something like faction.
Faction. So get a spawn pre-made. Go to a builder that has no reputation, very little. Try to get a very cheap price spawn from it if you want custom. Graphics, go to same thing, like go to these people that have little to no reputation but have a good quality artwork or um, have very quality portfolios and just offer them something, like be like, hey, I can pay you this, blah blah blah, and you don't have to lowball them, but just go to people that don't have vouchers, are new to the forums, are new to the business side of it, like have a new service, and just offer them something cheap, and they'll usually do it. Like if you want cheap stuff, and hosting wise, go shared hosting. You don't have to get a VPS or Deddy or anything like that.
Okay.
Sound good, man?
Vice.
Yeah.
I want to share my story about a while back. Uh, that my life that I was. But first in server Omat, that was my first server, and I was making a server like researching in Google, and one day I met a man that he knows very well, but one day he just hacked my account in and changed my password, so I cannot retrieve my password. Like scamming like that. It's too painful that you make your best in making that server for your first time, and I I was I was no interest, but I have but in but other days I have interested because there's something new about me. So
So
I am
you're not
recording YouTube
motivated.
or making YouTubes, and I'm in a video like my Minecraft and Nightcore. You knows about Nightcores? I met a man that give give me a server from nightcore.com, and and I work my server as a whole. So I am expanding my mind and make some friends, so
Yeah,
that I can grow up and build a good community. That is the true about
that's the plan.
it. Yes.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, just don't be motivated, be driven, keep doing what you gotta do. Things are gonna come along the way that are gonna put a brick wall in front of you. We just gotta climb over or break down that wall. Don't let it slow you down. You feel me, man?
Yes.
All right, for sure. It was good talking to you, bro.
No problem.
All right, does anyone else want to be unmuted? Oh crap! Not in the right talk. Conceal. All right. What's up, bro?
Yo, all right, man. I just
Don't
like
don't
to
say
say,
nothing stupid before you start. All right. I'm
oh
just warning.
fucking hell, come on, man.
No, I'm just warning you right now. Like, don't say nothing stupid.
All right, let me think of a genuine question, man.
All right.
All right, what hosting provider would you actually recommend right now?
Shared or dedicated server?
Dedicated.
Honestly, I've never had a problem with OVH. I've always used OVH. They run hundreds of players fine. But
Yeah,
if you want to spend like a lot more money or something like that, you can go with Psych. The owner of it is in here. He actually provides really high quality dedicated servers.
What if you're on like a low budget and you're not capable of paying like $100 monthly to a decent hosting provider?
And you still want a dedicated server?
Well, not dedicated. Well,
There's certain companies, or OVH itself has sister companies. There's Kim Sufi and So You Start. Kim Sufi is the lowest tier, which is their super old hardware. Then it's So You Start, which is a little bit cheaper, but it's still a very old hardware. And it just goes from there. That's it. Like
Alright.
if you are on a budget and you want to get a dedicated server, just go with So You Start, because they're like medium quality and they're pretty cheap.
I have one last question. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on Mr. Zell, Angela?
Oh my god. I mean, if the scammer wants to, give me my money back, give him my damn money. But besides that, like, fool went around scamming hella people and told him he's gonna pay them back, and he never did.
What actually happened between you two? Because I don't know the full story. I know his side is like quite often, but what's your side of the story, man?
I mean, my side of the story is the same side of the story as everyone else. It's basically the nigga took the money, right? Okay, no, that's literally it. Like, he just took the money and he didn't pay them. Like, he didn't even pay me either. Like, he owes me hella money, and he's just like, okay, peace out, you're irrelevant. I'm like, nice, bro.
Did he delete like
you.
the Pensley Discord?
Yeah, he did. He was in a call with all of them. I think he had like 100 of the people in there. And
Did you do you know that he's working on another project now, like another business, which isn't Pensley?
I mean, honestly, I'm not going to keep up with the scammer, and I could care less. So the fact that you're trying to instigate right now shows something about you too.
Does it really? What does it display?
Yeah. I mean, it displays how I'm about to mute you. You feel me? There you go. All right, who's next? I don't know who Coetra is, bro. Stop asking me about people. All right, you know what? Let's do this. Peace out to this nigga. Anyone else? G-Bit. All right, you gonna ask a legit question? There you go. This is your last chance. What's up, man?
Yeah. What's happened with Trevor G, man?
He's in here, I think. Diz.
I thought there
Diz,
was
Diz,
like
Diz.
been some scamming going on. Like in the past, he was banned for scamming or something.
Yeah, it was a whole complicated matter. It was involved me, him, and Mr. Zell, and we talked it out and all that sort. And he's unbanned now. Like he's cool now.
Yeah, something else. Fucking Fox literally this second DM'd me asking to get an unban.
All right, I'm just gonna mute you because you're asking irrelevant stuff now. All right, does anyone else have like a legit question before I go?
Before you continue with the whole Q&A, I just wanted to throw out there that they wanted to have me talk about the topic of today, just expanding a bit further when you're done. Who wants me to do that? Say I or something. All right, sounds good. Vice, when you leave, then I'll just take over or whatever it may be.
All right, I gotta dip out now. Then, all right.
Okay,
It was
sounds
good talking to you guys. Peace out.
All right, guys. So the topic was reputation on MCM and in general reputation. So in my aspect, okay. In my aspect, I'm more known for advertising. If you guys want me to start with my story, just going from Pensley to working with Vice, gaining my rep, and getting where I am. Yeah, Pensley was a joke. Not gonna lie. Okay, so Yeah, I know. So, in my experience, I guess I can tell you guys that, for instance, like with Hensley, I was supposed to be the marketing manager, but the thing is that um, nobody really picked up their game. You know, like when you're running a business, um, like even if you're the owner or you're just even one of the basic guys who just does setups, right? You're not just going to be sitting down being like, when am I going to get the client? When is the client going to come to me? You have to learn to take that initiative and go to the client. It's not, it's the aspect of initiative and just going forth. So, like, for instance, with advertising, right? It took me a while to get contacts and, um, who the hell is joining in and out? It's annoying as hell. Jesus Christ. Anyways, yeah, so with advertising, you have to go to the YouTuber yourself. You can't just hope that a YouTuber is going to be like, I need a manager. You need to go to whoever and be like, hey, I want to have you as in my network of YouTubers, like maybe just like contacts, right? And from there, you look for clients. Like, for instance, I'm going to give you an example. Just last night, I made $100 service fee off of just hooking up a guy with a YouTuber, and it's as easy as that. You just have to find that client, you know, because no one here is really looking. I'm not saying nobody. That's actually an understatement. Sorry. Like people like to slack. To be honest, this market. There's only a few dedicated people to what they do, and you know they some can be bullshitters and you know what I mean. So with when it comes to reputation, like Vice said, it's not about all right. I have let's say 30 rep on MCM and zero neg rep. Like I don't, you don't need reputation on MCM to make it seem that you are reputable. You can build up that rep just by people saying referencing you. Like let's say you finish a order with somebody, be like, hey man, spread the word. Do you have any friends, any contacts, any YouTubers? You know, I'm your man. It works that way. You know what I mean? I feel like me ranting isn't gonna do much, so I think I'm just gonna answer questions if anybody has questions on mine. Um, so I'll probably do the same kind of style Vice was doing. So if you want to be unmuted, say I or something. All right, yes. Where are you, buddy?
Yes, hello.
Oh, hi. Yeah.
I tried becoming manager for YouTuber, but I don't really know what to say in the message. I can't think of anything. And when I do send something, they never end up to respond to it.
All right. This is my question to you. What platform?
It just cut out. So could you just repeat, please?
Yeah. Let me just set my thing to press it. God. Um. All right. Can you hear me good now?
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay, yeah. So like I was saying, what format or what platform do you use to contact them? Because I know for a fact that when you look at their
Mail.
YouTube channel and go to their about and you email them or you DM them on Twitter, they're not going to answer that for shit. I'll tell you that right now. Try and find connections. Um, I mean, some people they have good luck with emails and so on, but usually it's you try and find as many connections as possible, and those guys will. Let's say they have a Discord server, right? And they, you know, they're not going to be as active as other members and thing, but there's going to be their staff members on the Discord. You can always tell them, hey, could you leave a note for this person? That's how I did it. I got in contact with YouTubers who are 20,000 subscribers and above just by doing that kind of method. So if you have any other questions, let me know.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do you have like any Discord server where I could get a kickstart in connections?
Yeah, just DM me. I'll send that to you later.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah, my pleasure. Who's next? All right, Blair.
Me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, as a company/server owner, how do you handle reputation that is thrown on you, but when it doesn't exactly deal with it? So, an example would be you own a company, you have people that are working for you, and they are displaying themselves on your company. If they were to do something bad and it reflected bad on you, how do you recover in the community to make it so that you don't always seem bad when it wasn't your issue in the first place?
It's actually a wonderful question. If you don't mind, I'm going to give you another example of Pensley. I was given quite a shit reputation because of Mr. Zell. I was part of his higher management. I worked alongside of him in many other aspects, and people would just, yeah, Mr. Zell, yeah. So we were around, I don't know how many people were there at the time. I think it was about 50 people. I don't know. It was just really bullshitty. And we were going through that, and oh, I lost my sentence. Yeah, so he made some really stupid choices. Uh, and that would reflect on everybody, to be honest. Like, let's say, do you guys know who Trips is? Yeah, Trips. Yeah, so let's be honest, Trips was, yeah, he was Mrs. L's right hand man, right? And just recently, when Mrs. L got banned, it's because of Trips, right? Trips kind of screwed him over. And then, like, look at him. He kind of, departed away from Mr. Zell, and he started doing his own thing. Now, in the aspect where you're the owner of the um, company, as Glare mentioned, and then one of your employees does something stupid, it depends on the situation, really. So if the person did something, not very severely stupid, for lack of a better term, um, I would give them off with a warning, just saying, hey, don't do that again, otherwise you're off. It's as simple as that. If they did something really stupid, they're off, and then explain it. Explain what they did and how you weren't, if you're affiliated with it or not. Just a good, genuine example. And just, even if you're getting backlash from the community, which I don't know, Claire, is that what's happening to you? I'm not too sure.
No, it's not necessarily that this happened. It's just something I've seen in the past happen a lot. And I understand that you just get rid of them if they're causing an issue. It's just that I've seen people struggle to build back up their reputation because it's been ruined by one simple person.
I mean, it honestly, like I said, depends on the situation. A lot of people, especially it's scamming, it's really prevalent now, so it's definitely something that it is hard to recover from.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean, hello? I'm timing out. All right, well, I'm not too sure if that answered your question.
Yeah, it gave me a sense of an idea of.
Yeah, again, it's pretty much the aspect of the situation and how you would honestly go about that. Because I can't go over more than like three major situations like scamming, just general public humiliation, and that kind of stuff, like things around those lines. So it's nothing that I can. If you could specify a situation, I mean. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Who else would speak? Parker. Parker, unmute your mic. I think you're already server unmuted.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm retarded. Like they were talking about Pinsley in the first place, so I decided, you know what, why not bring it up? I think I was scammed out of like $500 or some shit. Do I even have a chance of getting it back at this point?
I'm sorry.
Like it's
Yeah,
actual.
Mr. Cell owes me a little over about $2,000 just off of labor because I've just been working with him for about a year and a half. It was really stupid of
Shit.
me not to take any type of legal approach to anything I've ever done with him. Um, so, to be honest,
Oh,
yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that what you think you might want to
yeah,
get. You know what I mean?
it kind of sucks ass, but you know, whatever. I guess I don't really have a chance
I
of
mean,
getting
you
it
know
back
what I
anyway.
took from it? I felt like even though I was gypped that, yeah, I was gypped in a sense. It also taught me that you got to learn from your mistakes and that you can't just trust everybody. And they might be looking at you with their hands behind their back, but who knows what they have in their hands behind their back? Maybe they have a gun, they're gonna shoot you down.
Yeah,
It's kind of
I
like that
agree.
situation. You can trust nobody. That's how it works. Like, I'll
I
be
guess
honest with you.
contracts are kind of important.
Yeah, contracts, that's a different situation, but we're talking like your general 15-year-old kid just wanting to do some Minecraft commissions. Is he really going to go to his parents and be like, hey, could you help me sign off on this NDA or whatever it may be with the parent? Like, how many kids do you know would do that?
Fair enough.
Yeah, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks.
Yeah, my pleasure. Macaulay. What's up? You're unmuted, Macaulay. I guess he's not. Alright, I'm just gonna move on to someone else. Oh, sure. Let me get him unmuted here. Alright, go ahead.
Is that me? Oh, yeah.
You.
So, what I'm basically interested in asking is how you can really make yourself stand out amongst the competition. So, for example, right now the market is very saturated with service companies. I just started my own service company. Jenkins is out there. You have Soul Services, all that kind of stuff going on. We're trying to get people to join your service company. You have to really be able to show why you are more viable than the others. Is there any easy way to make yourself seem like the best option in that situation?
I'm not gonna lie, it's been saturated for way longer than just the point right now, this point in time. Um, so what I'm in my head right now, I would give you my opinion would be, go ahead and start to like look at the prices and the ranges of all the other companies and offer something like make sure when you're first off let's make sure you're hiring the right people, right? Because you can't have people being like, hey, I want to be a freelancer for you, and you just saying, yeah man, could you just draw me a quick project you did? Because they can just find this project somewhere, like bullshit you, be like, hey, this is mine, and then bam, they're part of the team and they won't offer anything more than miss the self, like for lack of a better person to use an example. Um, but yeah, if you know what I mean, like
No, I understand what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. So like for instance, uh, look at their prices, look at what they offer. Make sure your team is solid, knows what they're doing. Make sure you have at least one guy watching over each part of the team. So let's say system administration, you have once you've gathered a good, let me like say three good solid system administrators. Have that the three of them talk it over and see which one could be the head system administrator. so they could keep track of everything with you. So making sure there's a flow of good process there, because when you look at a company and you go, oh wow, okay, they can really offer something, right? And I want to see what they can do, but they won't go straight to you in that aspect if you don't have something solid that you're showing in the first place. So when you show that you're offering something at a good price for good quality, and you don't even need that many vouchers, as long as they, you know, you have a couple of commissions done, people are satisfied with your work, the word will just go around that this is a new setup company, and maybe you should try them out instead of these larger companies that just want to milk the bank.
Of course. All right. I think I got my answers. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Who else is next? All right. Let's give it to Doraemon first, but then Glare is next. What's good, Doraemon?
Hey, um, so yeah, I have a question about servers. So me and my friend are working on a mini games network, and I would like to know what is your opinion about starting a mini games network? Do you think it's worth it? Because I mean, a lot of money needs to be invested.
This is gonna be a bit personal, but how old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay, so when I was around 13ish, my objective was to always have a successful mini games network. Only because, like, you see things like Hypixel and Mindplex being before their huge crash, but you see them and you really want to be like them, because mini games, let's be honest, they're fun. You just want to play them for the hell of it. It's a nice way to spend your time with friends, whatever it may be. But if we're really looking on the broad spectrum of things, mini games was something that should have been done when, you said you're 16, should have been done maybe about 6 years ago. Like, these guys took
Yeah.
the first crack at you know the ball, and they got it rolling, and now they pretty much took over the entire market in that area, or that entire thing. So I don't want to discourage you from doing that, but my thoughts are, try to go with the game mode that you see is very successful right now, and try and expand on it and have your own unique twist to it.
I would like to just maybe tell you the situation I'm in.
But
Then, like, I mean, this is an opinion for everyone, but I mean, for my position, I'm in a position where I signed with an investor. He's not related to Minecraft, but we signed. We have a contract that says that he's gonna invest $20,000 on our minigames network. And we have been working on planning minigames and everything for over like a year and a half. So,
so you have.
I mean,
I'm just gonna ask you this: do you have like a plan set down and everything? All right, so that's good. At least you have some plans going through. That's definitely good. I'm not sure if he's in here right now, but there's a guy named I think it was Alex or something around those lines, and he's in this chat. He wanted to start something very similar. He is the kind of guy that would write a ton of documents, just giving descriptions of each minigame and how it's supposed to be developed, every inch and centimeter to perfection that he had details of. So I suppose you have something set on like that, and if you have this guy willing to invest about $20,000 into the project, I suggest one, you find a dedicated developer that's very experienced with such game modes and so on, and creating unique twists to game modes and around anything around those lines, I wouldn't recommend paying them right off the bat. See if they're willing to work with you and wait until
Actually,
one game mode is done, see how it goes, and then go through that, or give them an equity.
hmm
Were you saying something?
um, I mean, I already got myself a developer, but I just wanted to hear an opinion about my situation because I'm not sure if I want to keep going on with this thing because I mean it's a year at school that I need to dedicate a lot of time in school. So
Yeah, again, you need to have a lot of spare time on your hands to be able to take on a massive project like that. Um, I honestly, if you're asking me about your situation, I don't suggest mini games at all. It's way too risky, and you have a very low chance of succeeding, especially now. Um,
mhm.
like, yeah, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not trying to discourage you because
No, it's fine.
for all I could know, I could be 100% wrong, and you could be the next big thing, right? And
Mhm.
my honest opinion is, I don't suggest doing it, but then again, I'm the kind of guy who does like to follow his ideas and opinions and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely worth cracking a shot at. But if you're a risky gambler, it's all for you.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, man. Wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you.
All right, who's next? Form. Oh, Blair. All right, Blair, are you around? Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna give this to formal. Let's good formal. Go and unmute your mic. Yeah, I unmuted you. All right. Well, that was okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep the server muted. All right. Who's next? All right, Claire. I'm gonna yeah, Doraemon. I'll talk to you about that later. Claire, I'm gonna unmute you. You're gonna be our last guy for today.
Sounds good to me. So, this isn't me in particular, but I know some people are afraid of having a reputation out there online,
Yeah.
whether it's getting good reviews or bad reviews. So, how do you convince them to put themselves out there and start their, I guess, self business of making everyone aware of who they are?
I mean, again, when you're going into this kind of thing, you can expect bad reviews. 'Cause, I mean, as Vice said, you're gonna have those idiots that neg rep you for banning them on a Discord server. Like just recently, actually this week alone, I got 3 negative reputation. One for banning a guy off of MRC, another one because this one guy didn't get um, the expected player base he wanted from an advertisement order, and another guy saying that I'm a scammer even though he's affiliated with the scammer, and they're all bullshit, and I got them removed. But
Yeah,
just in general, like you shouldn't be scared for this guy. I already did. In general, you should just put yourself out there because if you're going into this kind of, I mean, at, like doing a service, for instance, that's a business right there. Even though it's not like a registered LLC or whatever the hell it may be, it's not. You don't have to be a legitimate business to run your own little business, right?
correct. Yeah.
So it's all about risk. You're gonna go in. You're gonna do what you think is right, follow what you think is right, and you're gonna have those people who are gonna neg rep you, and you're gonna be scared to go forth. Like, oh, is this neg rep really gonna end me? you need to move on from the fact that one neg rep is actually going to kill you. It's not. I know plenty of people who have moved further and further just off of one neg rep or a few neg rep, right? It's not about the fact of how much reputation you have. It's about what you offer and who can vouch for you, right? So let's say I have, I don't know, someone, I'm going to put it on MCM because MCM is the most prevalent market that everybody knows. Let's say I'm working for Prime MC, right? Vice mentioned this earlier, it's a reputable server. Let's say I have 5 neg reps, right? And I get a deal with Prime MC. Woohoo! Wow. Okay, so you move on with them. The service goes great. Let's say that the owner does not scam you. Even though I hear a lot of other stories. I'm just going to go with um, the situation here, Stan. That he won't do that, and he'll vouch for you. Right there, that is a one massive vouch that just canceled out some of those neg rep that you already have. Right, even though they are still there, it's not the fact that neg rep can weigh you down. It's the fact that what you put forth is what's going to drive you forward. So do not be scared to receive negative reviews. If anything, use that to, I'm not going to say manipulate because it's not the best term, but I'm going to use it anyway. But in a way to learn and manipulate your next client that you wouldn't, in the same methods that you used to talk or converse with that client that made them give you that negative reputation, you would make sure to rephrase the way you talk to your next client in a way that they wouldn't think of you that way.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean, if you understood what I mean there.
Yeah, I got the general idea of what you were trying to say.
Yeah, so I hope that helps. I mean,
Yeah.
that's good. All right. Uh, so let's hit the outro. End of MRC talk.
Well, that was fun.
That was the best outro. Merrick, unmute.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What do you want?
I'm your new talk show host.
Oh,
It's-
this is you.
Hi guys, today I'm going to be running the MRC talk. Why don't you guys go ahead and put your questions in the MRC talk chat and we can discuss
I have a question.
No, Merrick.
Okay, what do you want?
Okay, Merrick, ask your question. Go on.
Okay,
I'm ready to answer.
what's the difference between roast beef and pea soup?
Well, you see, roast beef.
You can
has
roast
meat
beef,
in it.
but you can't pea soup.
Oh my god,
Oh my god.
you're so bad.
I just faced.
So good.
I just want to oh my god.
Yeah, I'm open the window. See you in 24.
Gosh, no one asked. Lol. Sorry, that was rude.